Let us study here the electronic spectra of diatomic molecules. Born-Oppenheimer approximation is very important, is used to study the electronic spectra of diatomic molecules or polyatomic molecules. So what is Born-Oppenheimer approximation? It is very important. Using Born-Oppenheimer approximation, only the electronic spectra of diatomic molecules can be studied. Okay. So what is Born-Oppenheimer approximation? According to Born-Oppenheimer approximation, the total energy of the molecule is written as E total equal to E electronic energy, E vibrational energy, E rotational energy, translation energy. So the molecule is composed of the following energies. Each molecule consists of electronic energy, vibrational energy, rotational energy. They have vibrational motion, rotational motion, translation motion. Among this, the translation energy is very small. Therefore, it is negligible. It is not considered. The change in total energy. So, the change in total energy is equal to sum of change in electronic energy, vibrational energy and rotational energy. So according to when this is true, when this condition is true, according to Born-Oppenheimer approximation, the electronic energy, vibration energy, rotation energies are completely independent of each other. Why they are completely independent of each other? This is very important. See, this is it implies that this equation indicates that the electronic energies, vibrational energies, rotational energies are completely independent of each other because the electronic energy is very much larger than vibrational energy. So it does not affect this. The electronic energies, we will see one diagram, the next slide, you will understand. The electronic energy is so high, therefore it won't affect. Similarly, the vibrational energy is so high, it won't affect the rotational vibrational energy. Because of this, we will see the electronic energy levels, vibrational energy levels, rotational energy levels are shown here. You see here, the change in electronic energy is 1000 times greater than vibrational energy. Similarly, the change in delta E, the change in vibrational energy is 1000 times greater than rotational energy. Therefore, the change in electronic energy, you see, is very much greater than change in vibrational energy, which in turn is very much greater than rotational energy. So, the change in electronic energy is approximately equal to 1000 times, see, 1000 times delta E vibrational. Similarly, delta E vibrational is approximately 1000 times change in rotational energy, or this electronic energy, change in electronic energy is 10 power 6 times greater than rotational energy. So during, for example, you have electronic transition, within this there will be vibrational transition, okay, vibrational transition and also rotational transition. Within vibrational you will have rotational. So during electronic transition, both vibrational, rotational transitions are also occur. Okay, for example, here this is the ground state, this is the excited state. Okay, the electron can go from ground state to excited state, and also it can go from nu equal to 0 to nu equal to 0, excited state 0, nu equal to 1, nu equal to 2, nu equal to 3. Therefore, during electronic transition, it is accompanied by electronic transitions are accompanied by rotational and vibrational transitions. The electronic transition is always accompanied by vibration, because there are vibration levels within the electronic energy level. Rotational levels are also within the vibration. Within the vibration level, there will be rotational level. Vibration levels, see these vibration levels within the electronic level gives vibrational course structure called progression. What is called vibrational core structure? Because of vibrational levels within electronic level gives vibrational core structure. Okay, and rotational transitions, similarly, rotational transitions within rotational levels within electronic or vibrational energy levels, it leads to rotational fine structure. It leads to is called rotational fine structure. Because of this, you see, the electronic spectra are usually very broad. This question is often asked, why the electronic spectra are very broad? Because of coarse structure and rotational fine structures.